Hi, this is Mary Beth Shaw. Welcome to my vlog for September 2022. I wanted to talk about stencils. What else, right? Because they do call me Stencil Girl. And I wanted to just kind of, go back in time and think about when I started the stencil company. It was 12 years ago. That's a long time. The industry has changed just immensely during that time. And when we first started manufacturing our stencils and distributing them across the United States, I think, raised the bar for stencil design everywhere. We did a couple things. We started putting out more artistic designs. It's one of the reasons I started the company. It's simply because I could not find the stencils I wanted out in the marketplace anywhere. And I had seen some stencils that I enjoyed and I liked, but they were kind of in the faux finishing industry, and they were really, really expensive wall stencils, and they didn't make them in sizes that were really compatible for the work that I was making, and that prompted me to start cutting some of my own stencils. And you've maybe heard the story. Then students saw the stencils and wanted to buy them, and then I decided to just have them manufactured, and I had 6 manufactured, and boom, just like that. It's 12 years later, 2,000 stencils later, and I can hardly believe it. But the industry's changed a lot, and we at StencilGirl are always trying to keep up and stay a step ahead, because I think some of the stencils that we've brought to the marketplace have really shaken things up. I remember when I think it was either me or Carolyn Dubie that did the first scribble stencil, or kind of a scenic writing stencil, and I love those stencils. Now we have several of them, because every time you make marks, and each artist who makes marks, they can look quite different. And now I look around in the industry, tons of companies are doing this. Oh, scribble stencil. And I'm like, yeah, we've been doing that for 12 years. Long time. A lot of people are manufacturing and or cutting their own, or individuals are looking to companies to perhaps cut some short run stencils for them that they can sell on their own. And you know what? I love stencils. I welcome competition, and I'm thrilled to think that I might have had any part in expanding the stencil world, because that is very thrilling to me indeed. That being said, we're still basically a mom and pop company. It's me, my husband, our son-in-law Frank, and some people help us out on a part-time basis, but we're basically a mom and pop company. It isn't like I have a marketing firm that comes in and does our marketing, our social media for us. It's me and Mary Nasser, and Patty helps us, and Laura and Hannah. So we're still a small group. So what I try to do at least once a year is rethink how we are offering our stencils to you, our customers, and hopefully our collectors and part of our stencil community, because that's what we want to be all about. Is we want to be the type of company that creates a community around these stencils that we love, and that we help you learn how to use the stencils in your artwork, and we all grow together and hopefully move to the next level with our art. So anyway, keeping that in mind, I was thinking about, well, what do I want to tell people that are just meeting us for the first time? And I want to take them on a trip back. So I walked across the street. I'm in my studio right now, and I walked across the parking lot to where our company's located. And we have boxes that my son-in-law Frank has made for us. And I went through the first 2 boxes, 6x6 stencils, which happens to probably be my favorite size. And I went through the first 2 boxes. It was like visiting old friends. I kid you not. And I picked out some stencils from those that I love. And I'm going to be doing this more frequently. I'm just going to be picking some that I love because I want to show them to you and I want to share them with you and maybe tell you some stories behind the scenes. So here they are. I put them up on my bulletin board, or this is my blackboard, and I want to tell you about them. This one, my grandson designed. See those fish? He drew this stencil. My oldest grandson, Aiden, he's a junior in college now. He drew this stencil when he was 8 years old. School of Fish. It's called Aiden's School. I love that stencil. It gives me so much joy. And every time I look at it, I think, oh, my grandson designed that. Love it. This next one, this bird in the window, Pam Carricker. She was one of our very first designers. These are the numbers that go with the stencil. By the way, if you're ever wondering how to quickly search a stencil on our website, that is how you do it. Up there in the search line, just put S001 and then the stencil will come up right away. It's a great way to do it if you happen to have the number. So this is S004, Pam Carricker. And look at this one. This is one. These are eggs, and Tracy Huskamp designed this. And do you remember back in this, I guess I'm dating myself a little bit, but remember when painting like natural looking eggs was kind of the thing? It was the thing, and people were painting these beautiful kind of bluish, creamy, gorgeous, gorgeous artisan eggs and trying to get skillful dotting on them. Well, Tracy designed a stencil. And so you've got 2 different egg shapes and sizes, and then you've got 4 different patterns of spotting, speckling that you can put over top of them. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can instantly create the coolest looking eggs with that stencil. And so cool. Easy to forget about a simple stencil like that. And that's what I want to bring up with when I'm showing you these. This is one of mine. This one is called Eddie Rose. S020. Eddie Rose. Eddy is what it started out to be because I wanted it to be an eddy of water. You know how water just like goes in an eddy, right? Or that's what it's called when water goes like that. And I just love that idea. I'm always watching water and photographing water. And anyway, so I designed the stencil and then we cut it and they look like roses. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. Wasn't what I was thinking. I like it, but it wasn't what I was thinking. So Eddie Rose, first and last name for that stencil. Joanne Sharp, another good friend of mine. You notice a trend here back at the beginning. A lot of friends and people I hung out with when I taught or I went to conventions. And they all got in on the business with me, which I love because we pay them royalties to this day. And that makes me very proud. Joanne Sharp's beautiful handwriting in an alphabet. I can't write like that. I want pretty writing, just a lovely, fluid little alphabet accent. I'm going to use that. This, Jamie Fingal. I was out at the Craft and Hobby Association's convention one year, and I met Jamie Fingal for the very first time. She took me to her studio. We ended up going out to dinner, and she had this little sketchbook with her in her purse that she carried around like full-time with her. And she said, oh, this is what I do to, these drawings I make. And I do them all the time when I'm waiting or whatever. And I was like, wait, I need to see this. And I looked at it and it had like drawing after drawing of these incredible designs, some realistic, some more abstracted, some pattern related. And I said, we need to get you designing for StencilGirl because I love these and I want these as stencils. So that's how Jamie came on. Terry Stegmiller, this is one of my all-time faves. I love the rows of beauty in the stencils. So nice. Cecilia Swatton, she's been a designer for us from almost the start. Very prolific. This is one of my all-time faves right here. I just love that it goes on the diagonal. You can create such interesting effects with this stencil. And there's a larger one as well. And then this one is Lizzie Main, another artist that we were lucky enough to start working with back in the beginning. So I hope this has been an introduction to 9 stencils that you may or may not have known about before. I'm going to be doing this more frequently in the future. It won't be every vlog, but every so often we'll do it, and we'll put these up on social media, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find some new stencils that you want to add to your collection. I know these are some that I really like in my collection, and I just wanted to share. So have a wonderful day, and everybody take care, and I'll see you next month.